analyst who has asked Rob Milkins to break off. Yes, things are getting serious now. All 32 players remaining, Alan, will believe that it could be their name on the trophy come around about 11 o'clock tonight.
Yes, they all will. They won't all be backstage. Obviously, this is going to go on for 4 hours this afternoon till we get down to the last 16. But these are two candidates for sure, aren't they? It's one of those, if you were having a little flutter this afternoon, this is your quintessential take your pick, evens each of two match for me.
What? Eight.
Even that shot off the black there's not so much of a willingness to get the frame 1-in-1 hit, isn't it? It can be important, not say it's going to be, but it can be important that you hit the front early. It obviously doesn't always pan out that way, but it's nice to get the first scoring visit, even if it is only 8 points.
Yes, Rob Milkins was able to win comfortably in his opening match against Anthony Hamilton. He made one of the bigger breaks of the week, a 73, and then saw off the Belgian youngster Ben Mertens. For Matthew Stevens, victories over Fergal Quinn, and that really entertaining match with the defending champion Michael Holt, who had half a chance at the back end of it. Mr. Black into the right corner, but Stevens played very well.
I was saying about the willingness to be aggressive early on, that's the sort of Robert Milkins way, isn't it? But with the 8-point lead, if and when he was to get some sort of chance, there's a little apprehension and you're at, oh, there's a plant on. It must be certain if Matthew's playing it. Yeah. Not the worst kiss. Is the brown on? No, but he's just about on green.
What?
Yeah, you could just tell the way Matthew was playing it, it was guaranteed. That's a bonus.
Matthew makes no secret of the fact that he enjoys the social side of the shootout in normal pre-COVID times. He likes a bevy or two, but he also made the point that in the absence of all of that this year, it might help him to go deeper in the event.
5.
He's got a clear head out there.
Mentioned the bottle about Matthew last night in that brilliant match with Michael Holt that he almost had taken away from him near the end. That, oh, that was an edgy one, a little bit of shoulder there. Yeah, he's showing us.
Matthew Stevens, 10.
Again, the difference between a normal match and the shootout. That shot, the last red that Matthew missed, is 99 out of 100 at least in a normal match.
There's something about the confines of the clock that can turn your cue action to mush. Doesn't matter how good you are.
9.
And Stevens is one of the best. 2 times World Championship finalist, 4 other occasions made the semis, and of course he's won the other 2 Triple Crown titles, the UK and the Masters. But no one's immune
16.
out there in the shootout. Cauldron.
No, isn't the mind a strange thing, you know? In any tour match, best of mind, even best of 7, you've got plenty of time to recover. That's the thing. It's the mind that tells you, you know, the shot's the same, isn't it? You know, you think about it, each shot is the same, but you can't play it the same way. And then
23.
If you ever get a handle on it completely, it's a strange old thing, but that's the way it works now. Bob, going along nicely here. Looks in good touch. He's one of those players as well. When he speaks the truth in snooker terms. And he said recently a few times, I'm playing well. And players don't say that all that often. So when he says it, you can believe it.
Six times he's been a ranking semi-finalist, Milkins. Of course, when he made the final of this event, it wasn't a ranking tournament. Who knows?
32.
Perhaps he could do a Michael Holt this year. He's got some seriously good wins on his CV. He's twice beaten Neil Robertson at the Crucible. Such a natural talent and going along nicely here.
39.
Yes, he's striking it beautifully as well. How's his time here? He's just going to make it, I think. He's a sharp shooter, isn't he? Yeah, made it by just under a second, actually.
40.
But looking good. 38 then, black 45. Once again, one look was all it took, and that definitely helped. That was good stuff by Matthew, fetching his chalk for him.
47.
Well, talk about sportsmanship. I mean, snooker prides itself on its etiquette, but Stephen showing what a class act he is. And it's looking pretty grim for him now. Milkins striding towards the winning line
54.
here.
I've said this before. Why does the chalk always land under the table when you drop it? There must be a sign on the side of the chalk, or there should be. It says, if you drop the chalk, it will fly under the table, so don't drop it.
It's a bit like when you drop the toast, Alan, in the morning. It's always butter side down, isn't it?
60.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, he's done it again here,
61.
Milkins. Clean kill in his opening match against Hamilton. And this is what he's capable of. He's got such a wealth of experience in the shootout. Of course, he's gone all the way to the
66.
final in the past. He knows what it takes to thrive in this environment. And he's doing it again. A break of 66, a little wink from Matthew Stevens. And Rob Milkins, he might take a bit of beating today. He's definitely a contender.
I think it's a feature of finals day at the shootout as well, with all the guys having won a couple of matches. You really start getting some mouth-watering, interesting little matchups. And here's another, Matthew against Bob Milkins to get us underway this afternoon. Here's another match that, well, you do well to pick a winner. It's like contrast of styles. Ken would probably dominate and being able to manoeuvre the match in the way he wants it to go. You see, there you go. Nopan Singh Kam refusing a red that under normal circumstances he wouldn't look twice at and he'd be playing.
He's come through against Alex Clenshaw, and the inaugural winner, Nigel Nopan, for Ken Doherty, wins over Jamie Curtis Barrett and Mitchell Mann. And that win over Mitchell could have gone awry because Mann very nearly fluked a red into the green pocket right at the death with the pink waiting, which was all he would have needed to deny Doherty a spot on finals day. And those are the fine margins, Alan. Razor thin.
Yes, no wriggle room at all in these matches. I mean, as I found out, it doesn't always happen, but you leave your opponent one chance, and generally you won't get another shot. Yeah, we've seen some iffy matches and scrappy ones and scrapping for the line and 3 and 4 chances each. That will happen, obviously, but in the main you have that apprehension in your mind that if you give the guy a chance, you're not going to get another. I think also in the shootout on the Sunday, everyone's fighting in a few different fronts, ranking wise, and getting into seeding positions for the World Championship coming up, and all manner of things. Nopon Singcam at the moment is just outside the top 32 on the end of season rankings. And he's got that to play for. Obviously not so much in this match, but as the day goes on, if it goes on for him.
That's a serious subplot today, isn't it? With the money on offer, the prize money effectively doubling by the round. There are a number of players looking to cement their places on the tour, the likes of Louis Heathcote, who's up next against former winner Michael White, who could do with some points. That's a cracking shot from Nopon.
1.
Yeah, I've mentioned before, I think it was either yesterday or day before when Nopon was playing. For me, his long... Oh, my goodness, he's thinking about his cue ball there. Chance for Kenny then, but his long game's exceptional.
Nopon Singcam 1.
Now, can Ken avoid the reds? Get the cue ball out of this corner here. Okay, the blue's not too bad. He's going to, his left arm's going to be over the brown a little, so that'll impede him just a hair. See it there? Ah, shot. Good shot.
Six. Seven.
Now, we might just see a bit of crafty Ken here.
Green ball.
Oh, he didn't play the pot. He was trying to get the cover on this long red that he might... Well, he's forced to play it himself.
10.
He's going to have to play the pot here. Ken being Ken, and the player that he is, he'll play it with a little bit of check side. If he missed it, he'd probably miss it thin. But in it goes. Good shot. Bonus time. Will it stop? Ah, it just runs on.
11.
Something of a surprise, given that Doherty clearly has all the attributes for success in the shootout, that he's never been further than the round of 16. Not yet, anyway.
Ken Doherty 11.
Ten-second shot clock now in operation.
There's not an awful lot of solace in that bulk area right now, isn't there? Just the brown to sneak in behind. This is quite a nice shot. As long as Ken gets relatively close to the pot with this red, he'll find the gap with a cue ball. Good shot. Classy.
One. Four.
He's got that quick thinking brain, hasn't he, Ken? He can quickly sum up how much value is in each shot. Now, here's one he's got the decision to make.
5.
Does he play into the pink and the reds off the green? He'll quickly calculate it, see, quick look, and he's thinking, no, I'm in front, so I'll play for a choice of 2 reds based on the scoreboard. Brilliant thinking.
And that is
8.
absolutely key to the shootout, the ability to keep a clear head, think in a clear fashion under
9.
unusual time restrictions, under extreme pressure. Sounds straightforward enough. The reality is rather different, but Doherty is better than most at doing it.
Yeah, those 2 reds at the bottom of the pink there
50.
to right corner, I think they're on for a plant. Oh, it's gone wrong. He's been quite fortunate with a red kissing the black full ball.
Ken Doherty 15.
Nopon Singcam just about holding on here. Can he find a good pot? Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Big, big chance now. Will that plant come into play? We mentioned there it is there, just at Noppon's hand. Yeah, he's seen it. And if this works out, we might have a new favourite.
8.
Let's have a good look at this. It's set for the right jaw. Got it.
9.
He described this shot as smelly. This is horrible across the nap. That is a horrible shot to play.
Up on Sankam, 9.
There was a lot riding on that pink, wasn't there? It was tough. Lots of pressure on it. Is that going to be the key moment of this match? Doherty back in. Already with a handy lead. And the clock fast evaporating for Noppon Sankam.
Would you believe it? Would you believe it?
5. Noppon Sankam.
Only 12th in the game. Massive favourite now, Noppon Sankam.
That's how quickly it can change. Incredible Leonov. Ball in hand. Calamity for Ken.
1.
Of all the people in all the game, Ken Doherty makes a mistake like that. I'm flabbergasted that's just happened. Red colour and Noppon's almost home. Ah, oh, Kenny.
Nine.
Well, that red wriggled a little, but Ken Doherty fearing the worst now. He seemed to be in complete control before the in-off. And in a split second, this match has turned on its head.
16. $17.
Yeah, he knows he's over the line now. The blue makes it a 3-shot game for Ken, and it's not going to happen. Sorry, a 4-shot game. It's done and dusted, this.
22.
This is the moment that Doherty's shootout hopes went up in smoke.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Ken Doherty congratulates Noppon Sankam. High drama early on the final day of the shootout. Expect plenty.
Will break.
Yeah, he did for me in the Pro Series. He played good. The World Championship, after he beat Ali Carter the round previous, I think 10-5 or 6 was it? I was expecting a real tough match, but he maybe didn't play quite as well. I played decent and managed to get the best of him, but he's definitely a prospect. Yeah, great long game. You don't want to leave too much sticking out, or he'll knock it in for sure. And, you know, the more exposure he's getting at this level, yes, it's the shootout and it's a little bit different, but the more he plays on these conditions, the more he feels part of the tour. And then you play better snooker as a consequence of that. He definitely is a talented lad. And good to see Michael White back on this stage as well, because he's been off the tour for 2.5 seasons now. He's much too good for that.
He was something of a snooker prodigy, wasn't he, White? He made a competitive century at the age of just 9, won the World Amateur title when he was 14. And, of course, he's won a couple of ranking titles as well. Another one of those very natural players who's just lost his way in recent times. But there's an example of how good he can be. What a brilliant bit of cueing that was.
Yeah, was it ever? And he's going to pull the trigger. He is going to go full-blooded, I think, or is it just the soft one? Just the soft one. Not bad. Yes, he's bridging, but the angle on it,
8.
he's got an awful lot to do with the cue ball. The clock dictating that he's got to make his mind up quickly. This is a massive shot. If this goes in, oh, that was... Oh, has he flipped it? No. That was massive. And he knew, you see, he knew in the back of his mind he was leaving a dolly red. I think he just hit it a bit hard. Tension.
And what a fluke that would have been. It would have been a real dagger in the heart of Heathcote, but as it is, Louis gets the opportunity to make the most of White's miss.
I'm glad you asked, Phil, actually, about having played Louis Heathcote, because I've always been a believer that you don't really know someone as a player until you play them and you get a feel of what they've got. And a couple of things that for me Louis got: he's a naturally quick scorer. He doesn't look all that quick, but he does it quickly. It's kind of straight. It's a bit like, I'm not comparing him to Ronnie O'Sullivan, but you know that way Ronnie scores so quickly that it doesn't look like he's rushing. Louis is a bit like that, in a different way, yes, but he's got that something. You know, that little sort of X factor, I'm not quite sure how to put it, but he got that little gift where, I remember playing him a couple of weeks ago, he got in amongst the balls. It seemed like a couple of minutes later he was on about 54 when I looked up. And I thought, oh, he's only been at the table for a couple of minutes, he's like that.
He's also a former junior 8-ball pool champion.
16.
That can only help when it comes to this format. Knows how to play the crafty shots. Good tactically. And cueing very sweetly at the moment.
70.
Yeah, another asset I believe he's got is a pretty good cue ball, which is not all that common for young players these days. I think the young players these days, it's more sweeping, long cue actions. It's all about flashy potting and
22.
all that goes with that. Sometimes younger players don't put as much emphasis on their cue ball, really tight cue ball stuff. I think Louis got that.
23.
That one, just as I say, that's gone half a straight. You're going to have to play the mid-distance red then, although being right-handed, a huge problem. Awkward bridging though for a right-hander, this.
28.
Well, you're right. He hasn't looked rushed at all so far in this break. It's a handy lead. It's far from a decisive one. We've still got more than half the match to go, but it's been a good start from the Leicester cueist.
Louis Heathcote, 29.
The onus very much now on Michael White to make the running.
Yeah, sorry, Phil. I was going to say, like it or lump it, no choice there but to bring reds into play, but he has to, being behind. He's got cover on that red, which he has. That's a little bonus. Now, how does Louis cover it? Because you know that if Michael gets any sort of look at all at that red on the right wing, he'll be taking it on. Here it is then. I don't think he's going to be waiting any longer. Oh, he is. You see, yeah, thinking about it. A little surprised at this. I don't think Louis will be refusing it. But boy, oh boy, there's pressure on this. The man in the lead, 21 to the good, taking one on. Massive shot. He's left one, has he? Oh, he's got away with it. Ah, there's one on, but this is nasty, this shot. If he's playing deep drag, oh, he is as well. What a shot that is. And just lost the cue ball. Would you believe that? He can't. He can't even take the black on, can he?
Further evidence of how incredibly quick the bed of this table is. It has been right from the first ball. That might just be the winning shot and a place in the last 16 for Heathcote.
suggested at the top end of this match. He's got something, hasn't he, Louis? You know, he knocks that type of shot in. The other thing about it, the way he played it, he didn't hit it hard. Youngsters these days tend to get a little hard through impact there when the pressure's really started biting, but he stroked it in. He got something, there's no doubt about it. And he's almost there.
And he's been a picture of calm in this frame. He's not rushed.
13.
He's had a very even pace around the table. I'm sure internally there are plenty of nerves, but he's concealing it pretty well.
14.
Michael White fearing the worst.
$21. $22.
Quick look at the clock. Less than 2 minutes to go. 42-point lead already. Willing that
not
clock
one of those young players either
to tick away.
Yeah, sorry.
29.
He's not one of those young players that's got the sweeping designer cue action that some like to have or some do have. And that, in a lot of ways, is a good thing, because what he has got, apart from the talent, he's got discipline in his technique. That will stand him in good stead going forward as well.
And that's match
shown
ball.
it all in bundles.
36.
Michael White had an early chance, missed a red, which he nearly fluked into the yellow pocket, but since then it's been pretty much all Louis Heathcote. White perhaps a bit unlucky to lose position on the black after dragging in a red into that left corner pocket, but Heathcote has played exceptionally well. He's looked calm and cool.
44.
In fact, he's looked like an old pro, which of course he isn't. He's only 23. Relatively new to professional snooker, but this is a big win for him. Not just the chance to play in the last 16 of the shootout, but all important ranking points as he looks to stay on the tour in this his second year of his card. And he's doing it in style, Alan.
48.
He sure is, yeah. Yeah, I've been on about it, but he's got that little something that I think you need as a professional. He also fancies it. He fancies himself as a player. He looks like he likes performing on the big stage.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well played, Louis Heathcote. No joy for Michael White. The former champion has gone, but Heathcote looks very good.